Piaget, I am so glad to speak to you. You were there that night. You can tell us from a very different perspective what went on because you witnessed it all. You waited until now to release this video. Why is that?
Well, because more importantly, concerned with my safety, of course, and because the media didn't release the name until several days after it happened. So we want to kind of, yes, Darren Wilson. We want to kind of put this name with the face, and I think this is relative information to most people. You
mentioned that you were concerned about your safety. Did you have reason to fear?
Well, I didn't, but just, you know, thoughts from my attorney, maybe I should just, you know, hold back, yeah.
What is going through your mind as this all is happening? Take me back to the moment. Why did you feel a need to record what was going on outside the window?
Okay, from it all initially happening, I knew this was not right. I knew the police shouldn't have even been chasing this young boy and firing at the same time. And the fact that he got shot in his face, it was something that clicked in me like, no, somebody else needs to see this. This isn't right. I got to record.
So you pulled out your cell phone camera and started rolling. How long after it all happened? You saw the whole scenario play out, right?
Yes, ma'am. But I waited a good 30 seconds. I had to run in the house, get my phone, hurry up. It's kind of cracked up. I had to put it on the camera and just start recording what I saw.
So walk me through that.
30 seconds. So what we're looking at is Officer Darren Wilson to the right. He's just looking over the body, just looking baffled and bewildered of sorts, like trying to explain to the officer, what had I just done? And then we get this picture of him pacing back and forth, just like in disbelief. So like, it's like he understands that he just shot this boy in the face and that this boy was unarmed. And to me, this video just seems relative for this time period, especially including the fact that Chief Jackson said that the reason that this video wasn't even on the media at the time when it should have been was because he wanted to get all the information out at the same time, you know, under the Freedom of Information Act. But they could have easily given these videos as well because they confiscated my phone.
So let's go back to that in a second. So take me back to the moment when you see a tussle at the police cruiser. What was going on? What happened?
Okay, well, from my point of view, I cannot tell exactly what was going on, but it just looked as if he was trying to pull him almost into the car.
Who pulled? The officer pulled Michael into the car.
It just looked like he was trying to do such, and you know, Brown being a bigger fella, that didn't seem to have been working, so of course he got away, and it just seemed to have upset the officer.
And then what happened?
Got out his van and just started chasing after the boy. I'm hearing shots fired. Clearly none of them hit him, but one I think did graze him, as they say on the autopsy report. And at the end, he just turned around after, I'm guessing, he felt the bullet graze his arm. He turned around and then was shot multiple times. And
the autopsy is now showing that he was shot from the front, not the back.
Exactly.
Does that square with what you saw?
Definitely, because he was running away. So when he turned towards the cop is when he let off the most shots.
So now let's go to the point where I hear your voice. You sound really upset.
I haven't even lived there a month. I had just moved there out of my parents' home, and to see something like this outside of my window as I'm trying to go to work, it's traumatizing.
What have you made of the Ferguson Police Department? Have you ever seen them on the streets, interacted with any of the officers before, but prior to this incident?
Yes, and at first I did feel comfortable living in my apartments because there was a police presence around constantly. There were police driving up and down the street because, you know, the crime is a little more over there. But now it doesn't seem that you could trust them.
So then the police take your cell phone from you to take the video.
Yes.
How did that all happen?
Okay, well, from my point of view, as soon as they start putting the yellow tape around, the family start coming up just screaming and asking what happened, and nobody's giving them answers. And so me and my boss, we were like, no, we saw everything. We were standing on top of my balcony. We were like, no, we saw everything. And of course, I guess the police were standing there too, so they brought us all down for questioning, which then my cell phone was confiscated for the video records.
How long did it take to get the phone back?
Well, it happened Saturday, and they told me I'd get it back on Monday, but I didn't get it back till later on Tuesday.
Piaget, you just moved to this area a month ago. You had all of this happen. You witnessed the death of a young man. I know this has been a really traumatizing time for you. I appreciate you coming out to speak to us.
No problem.
And a big thank you to your attorney for coming along to provide some support to you. We wish you well, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much for speaking to us and giving us this video to help tell the story of what happened to Michael Brown that night.
No
that day.
problem. He
All
needs justice.